Gonna be late?
She's joining by Zoom.
Oh,
Good evening. The time is 6 p.m. on September 22nd, 2025. We'll be starting the select board meeting with an executive session in accordance with 1 MRSA 4056E. I look for a motion to enter into executive session.
make a motion we enter an executive session.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? All right, we are in executive session. Good evening. The time is 7:04 PM. We are out of executive session, and we'll be moving into our regular select board meeting. Please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ooh, I look for a motion to approve the September 15th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? All right. Motion to accept the warrants. I don't know if we've had enough time to review them. Okay. So we will look at those after. Would somebody read the announcements, please?
There will be a public hearing on Thursday, September 25th at 6 p.m. at the Limerick Fire Station to go over the November ballot questions which are available with the town clerk and on our website. The Select Board will meet on Monday, September 29th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The Planning Board will conduct a site walk on Wednesday, October 1st at 6 p.m. at MAP 25, Lot 5 and 6 on Emery Corner Road, called Emery Corner Estates, for owner F.R. Carroll Incorporated. A public hearing will be held following the site walk at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Building in the Media Room. The Revitalization Committee will meet at the Municipal Building in the Basement Community Room at 6 p.m. on Thursday, October 2nd. The board will hold a public hearing on Monday, October 6th at 7 p.m. to adopt the General Assistance Appendices to be filed with the state of Maine in the media room with a select board meeting to follow. The research committee will host Brad Goulet from Love Your Brain to come and speak to the public on Tuesday, October 7th at 7 p.m. at the Brick Town Hall. This is open to the public. All are welcome. As part of the hearing of citizens policy, no personal attacks on any individual or firm, including town employees, town officials, or members of the public will be tolerated during any meetings. Please direct concerns about individual employees or town officials to the chairman of the Board of Select Persons outside the public meeting. Please stay current with town information by visiting www.limerickme.org.
Perfect, thank you. We do not have anyone for department reports tonight. Under old business, review of legal accounts, I have not had a chance to review the warrants this week, so I'm unsure. I'll have something next week if there is a bill. Review of policies, we have the reviewing of the return to work policy. Take this home, review it for a week, and come back with any changes for next week. Municipal parking lot paving update, there is nothing new this week. John, is there anything on the Overlook or Minuteman?
Yeah, so they're gonna come back, there's two things going on with them. One is the contract for this building, so they're gonna come back in the next week to 10 days, go back through this building. There was some items they wanted to replace, but we held off doing any business with them until they took care of the camera. So they're gonna come back through, they're gonna re-quote that work and put together the contract they want us to sign. If we do that work that we agreed to and sign the contract with them, they'll put a working camera up at the Outlook for free.
Perfect. So we'll have an update in hopefully a week.
They said a week to 10 days before they'd come out.
Okay. Howard, is there anything on the purchase order policy?
Everybody's got a copy of it, so it's basically what we agreed on changes the last time we talked about it. We've basically eliminated the pink sheets and the yellow sheets, and everything else is on there, so it's just gonna be one purchase order, have the numbers put on it by the treasurer, have a copy, and the copy's gonna be given back to the person making out the purchase. Then it tells how it's gonna be paid, and what they've got to do after, which is nothing more than them coming in once a week and looking at the bills and signing the ones they wanna have paid, and she'll take it from there.
Has this been did I mention something? Did this get sent out to like budget committee and the department heads? Or do we want to make the changes first before sending it out to them for their review? Just to get their feedback. We, as the 5 sitting up here, aren't the ones using the purchase orders, so I'd like to get department head feedback before.
You have another meeting to go over them if you like, I'll go to it, but answer any questions, but
Yeah, if we want
pretty
to,
straightforward.
does any board have any recommendations on it? I say we have the department heads be able to review it and go from there. I'd like to get it off the agenda, but I just don't want to implement a policy where I don't use the purchase orders, so.
We're gonna set a time when we're gonna have a meeting, or? Because this can go on for weeks. We can have it during the week to have the meeting with the department. It doesn't have to be on a Monday night.
Yeah. I think,
Preferably next week.
so does October 1st work, Wednesday? Like when? I don't, would it have to be,
We can meet upstairs in the library like I did before.
yeah, I don't think it has to be a whole board vote or a whole board seat. I think if we just make sure it gets out and,
Email it, you can email it to them and ask if there's any questions. There may not be.
Let's get them to sign, let's have each of them sign off that they've read it, they accept it, they'll use it, and they have no question, either through email.
I feel like you'll have better
Or-
luck if we email it out.
Email it,
and
and then
any questions
and
can,
demand a response back, either with questions or
Or I understand.
approval that they understand it.
That works.
And if they don't, bills don't get paid in their department.
okay?
Gonna make that formal motion, so we make it mandatory?
Yeah, I make a motion, we email all users of the purchase orders, the new policy and copy of the purchase order, and demand that they email back that they've received it, accepted it, are okay to use it, or would like to see some changes made to it.
Can I just add one thing? Have it back in a week?
Yeah, within 7 days.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All right. Nothing new from what I've heard on Deep Vale. November ballot items. We have a public hearing on Thursday, September 25th. That's this Thursday at 6 p.m. At the fire station at 6. On there is the disbursement ordinance, TV filming ordinance, earned paid leave ordinance, dog ordinance, 3 for the fire chief, Nason Road for winter maintenance, and approving the winter maintenance list. Bernie, anything new on the fire station drain?
Yep, we met with Great Falls. They've come up with a plan that their engineer designed. Looks like it's gonna work good. Presented it to the landowners. They're happy with it. Great Falls says that they're gonna get on it real soon.
Too many? Any cost to the town?
I haven't heard yet. I think the indications were at the meeting, they were gonna cover that. That was the impression I got.
I don't know if he can come back with any.
He hasn't come back yet. He has not come back.
All right. There's no volunteers for the main model franchise. We're still waiting on quotes for the heat pumps for the 3 town buildings. Or for the town 3 town buildings. Mowing contracts, did anybody have any recommended changes other than merging the 2?
Nope.
You don't think we ought to look at those and put some of the wording in that we put in the
Yeah,
plowing contract to kind of standardize them?
I think we should definitely do that.
Would be a
I
bad idea,
don't
would it?
think this is something we have to rush into right off the
No,
bat.
yeah.
I think we can peck away at it for the next month or so.
Yep. So we can come back with recommended changes or maybe set a workshop to go over them or do what we did with the plowing. Discussion of purchase of map 44, lot 51. Nothing new on that yet. We are probably going to take this off until a formal offer comes in. Budget season, first meeting is on October 2nd. And then discuss Southern Maine Modular / Allaire Drive. We got an email update from Stan. And we also have Casey here from Southern Maine Modular to talk about kind of what happened at that planning board meeting. We talked about this briefly last week about the paving, the finishes and stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions for Casey? Or Casey, do you want to talk on behalf of this?
Well, I think
I guess some of the questions last week were kind of what the requirements were for the planning board. Stan provided us an email saying that Southern Maine Modular was to give the town money to put into escrow to finish the top layer of asphalt. You've provided that quote. And then the new developer must have an irrevocable letter of credit for 150% of the estimated cost for the crosscuts and extension of 80 feet of Allaire Drive, as well as cost of the differences.
That is what I was told also. I was told there was some other thing out there, but what I was told was that we would be, rather than paving it and then having it ripped apart again, that I would provide the amount of money that was quoted to us for the finish coat of paving, and that the town would hold it in escrow, that the other party building down there would be responsible for installing their sewer lines, finish coat paving the road with some of the money provided by me, and providing that they made a bond or an irrevocable letter of credit for any overages, because obviously paving prices can change from year to year. You know, I would love to have something, personally speaking for myself, I would love to have something in writing that said I had met my obligations in terms of the road, because I felt responsible for finishing it. I don't love the idea of walking away without it being finished, but I also don't want a brand-new road to be cut into, because the people that live down there deserve a road that's in brand-new condition.
Are we holding your money still? Do we have your money? Are we still holding your money for the?
I still have an irrevocable letter of credit
In
for
place?
the remaining balance. And I would like to just provide the funds if I'm not paving the street. I mean, I'd be happy to just pave it, but either way, I just want to make sure that I've met my obligations.
Was that quote for the whole entirety down there, or just the straightaway?
We had a release. No, I think our quote was for the remaining
Everything being top
amount of
coated?
our work, so it would not be just the straightaway. Yeah, it was for the remaining amount of paving that we were responsible for. And I think it's like what's being held in our letter of credit is a larger balance than that, yeah.
So I make a motion upon presentation of the payment in the amount to pave coat Allaire Drive, finish coat by Southern Maine Modular. We release her letter of credit and issue a letter that her obligation to the town has been met. And that money be placed in escrow according to general accounting principles, wherever the money needs to go, whether it's a special account. I don't know if it has to go into a special account or not, but it is set properly and to be used solely for paving that.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? And I will abstain.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the municipal no action to sign from last meeting that we voted on. The typos have been corrected. It looks like only I have to sign that one. Plow contract update. We
It's
sent
been
the, We updated the contract with some verbiage changes that need to be made and some redundancy stuff that's available out there, and we sent it to the 2 contractors that we met with last week to review, and hopefully we'll have an update by next week. That is all I have for old business. New business, signed payment of excise sale proceeds. This looks like a letter from the state stating that the town of Limerick sold the above property, and the excess proceeds from the sale to the Department of Health and Human Services. I think this was
It was one of our tax-acquired properties.
tax-acquired lots, so
that
we just
sold.
need to...
That's the excess that goes to DHS.
Okay.
That was part of the.
Yep, that was
his
part of the
proceeds,
agreement,
But that
so
was part of the agreement.
we'll just sign that after. Discuss the IT position.
So I should say system administrator. So it's nothing new that we have a system administrator that probably has too many towns on his plate as is. This would be something some of us in-house have talked about, possibly looking at there are other options for us with that. We had our system administrator, he knew Trio at one point and still knows, not saying he doesn't know Trio, but I think since there have been the cloud involved, like mainly anybody here who deals with Trio has to deal with Harris directly, like, or the line that we call like their helpline. But it's really hard to have questions answered or anything that we may need here. It takes a long time for response, and sometimes feel like we have to figure things out on our own without the help. So it would be something, I know with budget season, that we can look to see who else might be out there, or if you want to stay with who we currently have, but it's
I know there has been some issues.
it's been a
Just
lot. Like
from-
we just
Yeah, it's
we won't get
system
responses
knowledge,
for
yeah.
weeks. Sometimes.
I think
like,
there's
so.
still a few projects around town that have been going on for well over a year.
The
That
fire station still has some things. I still have a surge suppressor that goes to our system downstairs that's been sitting out in my office area for well over a year. So I'm not saying he's not great at his job, because I think that he is. I just think he has a lot on his plate, and it's hard for one person to accomplish that all.
we have a contract with him. Is that a year-to-year thing?
Well, I actually couldn't find the most recent one that I feel like the board usually normally signs in the spring, and reached out and asked him for that as well, because I wanted to make sure I had that, and I didn't get anything back. So I do want to,
The modem wave service agreement?
yeah.
I thought I saw that on the website a while ago, but
Yeah, I just don't know if it's the most current one.
Yeah.
I think that it expired in 2024.
okay.
I think the one that's on there, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think we take what's needed to find a new person. I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but I know there has been some issues with timeliness, so.
I know we have our, like, a lot of Microsoft stuff coming up needs to be redone. Stan has had a lot of issues with his laptop computer lately. It's just, it's tough. Like when you're just not, you don't have that.
So what would we do, post an ad saying, or reach out to some
I
companies?
don't know how long,
We'd have to see that contract, I guess.
yeah.
So hopefully we can get
I
that.
do know Stan's computer crashed like 4 times the other day.
Yeah. It's just been an ongoing thing. Even since I've been here, it's never been a great support to have, so.
Okay, well, I think we can review the contract if we can find it and see when it expires. But either way, I think we should start looking for a new one, whether that's reaching out to companies or putting an ad out.
Let's see what he's contracted for.
Yeah. So
I will get that.
hopefully he responds to you and sends that over. discuss, next on the agenda is discussing of the fire chief position. Chief Pelletier couldn't make it tonight, so we'll have more on that next week. That is a typo. And then we have an application for poverty abatement. And we need to set an executive session on October 20th or the 27th. I will not be available for the 20th. I'll be on a moose hunt, so I don't know if the 27th works.
I won't be here on the 20th, so I don't know if anybody else is going to be, if that's going to, well,
So I make a motion, we set an executive session for the October 27th for 7 PM.
It's usually you do it like
6.
either 6 or 6:30. Usually, yeah, it's definitely before.
I think they're,
Take that long.
yeah, I think they're 30 minutes. So I make a motion to set an executive session on October 27th for 6:30 with a select board meeting to follow.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All right.
does anybody, two of us just said we're going to not be here on the 20th. Is there anybody else, just to make sure that we have at least 3, if we know now that 2 of us are gone? Does anybody else have a conflict they know that night? Okay.
I may still be up north. I don't know. I'm scheduled to come home the Sunday before, but I could still be up there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I still need to confirm my time off, so.
I definitely won't be here on the 20th, so you can
All right.
figure it out.
Should we move it?
No, we set it for the 27th, right?
No, I'm talking
No,
about
I'm
the meeting,
saying,
I'm talking about the meeting on the 20th.
Bernie's saying he may not be here either.
You already said you're not going to be here on the 20th.
Correct.
I'm definitely not going to be here on the 20th.
And Bernie-
So we know we're down 2.
And I may not.
Bernie may
Bernie
not
may
be here.
not.
So the question is,
I guess.
Howard says he'll be here.
You mean the regular select board
I don't know
meeting?
about the regular meeting. If we know that 2 of us are missing now, I mean, we can,
I say we just cancel it. I mean,
well, I mean, if there's 3 people, we can have it.
Yeah.
Or if you move, I mean, I can guarantee I'll be here the 21st. I just, don't move it around for me. I'm just thinking if 2 of us already know I'm going to miss it on the 20th.
And
If
maybe
one other
move it to the
person,
21st.
whatever you want to do. I make a motion to move the meeting to from the 20th to the 21st of October.
there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? All right, I won't be there, so I'm gonna abstain, no matter what. Thank you. I won't get it.
A reception up there.
With that being said, I open it to the hearing of citizens. Lisa?
Just want to remind the public that October 18th is the resealing of the time capsule. We're accepting the envelope for family members to put in. They're out here in the hallway, and they're up at the fire station. We really want them by the 30th of September because we're having them vacuum sealed. So the 18th is the program at 1 o'clock up at the Tibbetts Memorial Park. We're going to reseal the time capsule,
Perfect.
and it's over.
Thank you. Ricky?
Ricky Richardson, Road Commissioner. I just wanted to reach out and say thank you to Casey and Angela for all the help on 140 Parsonsfield Road. There's a lot to do there, but they helped out tremendously. And if anybody has time to ride up by there, you'll see that we've got quite a bit of it cleaned up already. And getting back to the Nason Road, we met with a gentleman with Stan, and he's agreed to take care of the extension for where the plow trucks turn around to his driveway. And he's getting a price on improving the road. And probably it's right around 200 feet, so he's on board with that. He wants to do the improvement this year, and then he'll probably build next year.
So this is something he's gonna do?
The homeowner's foot in the bill.
Build a road.
He's gonna improve the road. Yeah, the Nason Road. Yeah. It's where the last house, where the turnaround is, in their driveway, we're gonna make, well, I say somebody's gonna improve it and then put a hammerhead down there and use his driveway as a turnaround, so. Just a matter of time before we end up going all the way through to the other end, so.
How much distance is there from there the other way, do you know?
From where FR paved it, it's probably another, maybe about 600 more feet. Not that far.
More than that.
I mean, I'd have to check the mileage, but it's not too bad through there. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other hearing of citizens? Brad?
Hi, Brad Libby. I got several questions. It seemed that our recall election got shut down last Friday. What happened? And how did it happen? And where was our attorney? I got more questions, but
Yeah. All, the rest of the board can speak on it if you want, but due to pending litigation, I'm not going to make any comments on it. That has been advised by our attorney to say that, so as of right now, I'm not going to make any comments on it. I don't know if the rest of the board,
so we know, okay, well,
I think is it,
that's what I was told to tell the Portland Press when they reached out. I mean, I know that the,
I'm not a reporter.
no, I know. I mean, it was stopped by a court order that the town didn't have any knowledge of until we got the letter at the 12th hour.
I mean, I just don't understand, as a town, we elected this person, and we have an ordinance in place. We have to follow state guidelines. This is not a state election. It was a town, a small town, Limerick, USA election. It just doesn't make sense to me that we could be overruled by any other party. But, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Sean Mackey, live on Division Road, next to the meth house that we discussed the other week. Multiple times I've been trying to get a hold of Stan, not returning my calls. I don't understand why the lady is allowed to be there. She's got no vested interest in that property. Her name's Angie. She threatened me on my way home tonight. I'm tired of the bullshit there, I really am. You know, the cover it is 10 feet tall. It's full of trash. There's rats as bigger than my Yorkshire Terrier. Drugs in and out. I took a picture of the drug dealer car tonight, just like Stan wanted. You know, she's telling me Stan is allowing her in that house, and it's got signs on it that says it's a biohazard. Nobody's allowed in it without proper equipment. And then we're told, call the state police. I'll call the state police Friday. The lady comes out, she looks at me and says, I ain't doing shit. It's a civil matter. Why are they allowed to be there? They're not allowed to be there. Stan says call the cops, they'll get arrested. They don't get arrested. We got kids in the neighborhood. They can't even play. I don't even allow my kids outside. You know, I don't understand why this lady's allowed to be there, all hopped up on her, whatever she's doing. You know, and now she's cleaning the inside of the house out, bringing it outside, so now the pile of trash is even bigger. It's been brought to the street. Garbage people refuse to pick it up because it's got hypodermic needles in it, human feces, and who knows what else is in that. So now we've got a 4-foot pile of trash at the end of the driveway. You know where that trash is now. Crows have got in it, animals have got in it, It's up at my driveway. It's in my woods, in between my house and their house. It's all through the road. Something needs to be done. I pay my taxes. I have for 19 years. For 17 years, I've dealt with a lot of BS from that house. The guy beat the tar out of his first wife. They were shooting guns at each other inside. You guys go inside. All them little holes is where they had a gunfight inside. You know, I've had enough. Chad over here, he lives on Silver Lane. He's got 5 kids. That man doesn't even allow his children to play outside. He pays his taxes. When are we going to do something? When are we going to get this lady that's got no vested interest in this property gone?
She's staying at the boat launch also at night.
Yeah. You know, they turned the beach.
She knows at the boat launch where she's staying there. So, I mean, something's got to be done, or I'm going to do something myself. I mean, this is, I can't let my kids go play. There's needles out in the woods, they've actually got high, come out on my property, and I literally stuck a gun window. Go back to your freaking line. I'm not going to have you on my property. Something's got to get done before something happens.
I thought it stands in an order on that property.
We call him, he don't answer. I've had enough.
You know, we call Stan, we get ignored.
Messages on his machine, he does not return calls.
You know, then I call Dottie, and, you know,
Dottie comes.
great, you know, she says his hands are tied. You know,
But you guys, they put stickers on. Then they tell them we can't go in, and then they tell the state police, oh, they're allowed to go in during the day. The cops are like, well, what do you want me to do? He gave permission, my hands are tied. All I can say is, have a good day. And it was what, 2 weeks ago, John? They had a party over there. There was 5 or 6 of them in there, all heroined up. Cops showed up, told them all to leave. Cops left. They all stayed in the house. Having a good time. All in screaming at night. My kids' windows are right there. It's getting sick, man.
you know, it's coming to be a safety issue. It really is. I mean, we have cars from New Jersey, Connecticut, very nice cars with some super tinted windows. I did 12 years in the Coast Guard doing counter narcotics. I can tell you exactly what them vehicles they are doing. They're bringing in all that crap that we don't want on our streets because you got all these hopheads in and out of there. You know, and then there's a lot of young children in that neighborhood.
If something ain't gonna get, who's gonna pay for the wharf rats? I mean, they're this big, that long with no tails. I mean, they're monstrous. They come in my garage. They're gonna destroy my house. I work 2 jobs, 80 hours a week. I'm not gonna put up with it much longer.
I know that Stan is working on getting it foreclosed. There's state statutes. We have a public hearing in November.
Well, we understand that he's trying to get it foreclosed on in his.
Communication with us. He tells us to communicate, but he doesn't return calls.
My thing is, there's two vested interests in the property. Joe French, the owner, and the mortgage holder.
Yep.
So why is Angie allowed to be there? Joe French is in the hospital. He's on death's doorstep from the drugs and everything that he's done. Why is she allowed to be there? She's got no vested interest. That's like me going over to Chad's house and helping myself and just hanging out and doing whatever I want to do. And then people are like, nah, whatever. She can hang out.
The guy who, from what I understand, and I witnessed a phone call last week between Stan and the owner. And even though Stan told him that no one is supposed to be there,
Yeah.
and no one is supposed to be in the house, and it's been posted for no occupancy and no entry, he said, you can't tell me who I can allow in my house, and I'm going to allow her to. So he has a vested interest in the house,
Yeah.
and he's authorizing her to go in there. Why the state police aren't, I'm confused that somebody has said that Stan said it's okay for them to be there during the day? Did Stan say that?
He gave him a right to be there from sunrise to sunset.
Who said that? They did or Stan said?
Stan said that, told us that. After he put stickers on the wall on the house.
It's totally contradictory
That's
to
the
what's
first
there.
I've heard of that.
He told him the same thing. He told me right on the phone. I'm like, why would you do that? That's like an oxymoron. You tell him you can't be there, but we're gonna give him a right and time to clean up the property. Their trash has been there 30 years. They ain't gonna clean that up in 2 weeks.
You know, and the thing on that too is, I mean, these people don't have the money to clean up anything. And on top of that, that place hasn't had water in months and had been without power for at least 6 months. So they've got no water, they've got no power. She's staying there at night in the camper and in the house. So what is she using facilities? You know, it's just,
Who knows who's coming in and out all out of the night?
it's just a situation that's going to get out of hand. Something's going to happen over there, you know, with the people that are in and out, or, you know, heaven forbid, you know, a young kid running around, runs through that neighborhood, falls down and gets stuck with a hypodermic because they're all through the yard. I mean, that whole 3/4 acre piece of property or whatever it is, I mean, that's a toxic zone. I mean, we just want peace in the neighborhood, and the drug dealer gone is what I'm after. I mean, I come home tonight, and she's there. House door's wide open, camper door's wide open, and I'm looking. And she starts hollering at me, F you, quit being nosy, son of a bitch, I'll get you. I don't have a place for that. I am not going to deal with that. I'm not going to be threatened when I am on Division Road in my pickup truck. You know, I don't deserve that. I pay my taxes. I have for 19 years. I love this town, but I'm not dealing with the bullshit from a drug house for a person who has zero vested interest in that property.
The house is made, so the process we have available to us is to have the property declared a dangerous building.
That's already been done.
That has not been done.
That's what Stan told us.
No.
That's
That
what
is-
Stan-
Okay, all right.
Stan
That-
told us that's done.
That process has not been done. That process requires notification to the owner and the mortgage holder. It requires a hearing here that the owner is welcome to attend and the mortgage company can attend because they have an interest in the property.
Yeah.
If one of them want to speak and say, this is what we're going to do to fix it or not fix it, or if neither of them show up, then there is a time frame that the town can go in and literally tear the building down. We can bulldoze the building, but you have to go through that process.
Is there
And
a-
that process is, we voted last week.
Yeah, I was here for that one.
Stan to
Yeah.
start that process.
Yeah.
Okay, but that process isn't overnight, it's not a week. There's probably at least 30 days of notification and then a hearing.
Is there any date set for the hearing?
There is a date set.
Did he email us a date, or did he?
There's not a date set?
We talked about October 20th, which now but last I got was that probably will be in November.
Has it been made public about this property yet?
Has it been what?
Made public about the town taking it over, or
Stan's
not yet?
been talking about it.
Stan's been talking about it at
Stan's
the
been talking
meetings.
about issues there.
We've already been told that this process was already in motion. So we've been waiting and waiting, that we had 7 days, 14 days, you said, and then we're gonna have a meeting and the town's gonna take it over in less than a month. So we're wondering why these people stay in, we're just getting smoke blown by rear end.
Well, we only voted last week. That was the first time we
I
voted.
think
With what
was it
Stan
last
told
week?
us, it would be 30-day process, done. They're out of it. You know,
How about we have, we'll speak to Stan this week, we have him come up here, you guys come up next week. No,
I'd like to get this straight away.
well, I
So
think we
this-
address it, look, I
his-
understand,
his-
I've been down there numerous times, it's a mess. You can smell it from the road.
And I smell should live next
I bet you do, you can smell it, I've seen the rats, I understand your concern. I think we need to get Stan here so he can say what the timeline is. I know he was starting the process, he notified the mortgage company last week when we were in there talking about that, but I don't know the exact time frame. I think, give us a chance to speak to Stan, and I think we ought to ask him to come here next week.
Well, we have it here. He sent it to us in email.
I was going to say
So he has notified, he has said they've gone out. So we had an email from Stan that these were September 18th. So whatever day that was, last Thursday. That these are the draft copies being served to the parties of interest for 3 Division Road. And they serve in the owner, Lake Arrowhead, and a couple of different mortgage companies. Those notices state that there will be a hearing on November 3rd at 7 o'clock. So, assuming these went out and they meet the time frame, I think we'll certainly check with Stan to see if they've gone out as he said they have.
Yep.
And if not, we will insist that they go out immediately, so that the date can be, the timeframe can be met. But as of now, that's the process we have to go through.
Okay. The only issue I
think-
have on that is being threatened on my way home.
Yeah,
By
I
a
would,
person that don't belong there.
I think we
So-
should speak to Stan and tell him that he shouldn't be allowing anybody on the property, morning, noon, night,
Angie's
whatever.
already been arrested once, and she's back there again.
I still think we can speak to Stan about this, but I think Stan ought to come up here and answer any questions they have, because he can answer it a lot better than we can.
I mean, I understand Stan's a busy man, but I've sent him 4 texts. Just a common courtesy to send a text back with just, just a little response of, hey, I'll get back to you.
Well, I think he should come up here and explain what the process takes. We can speak to him and tell him what your concerns are, and I understand your concerns, I back you 100%. I've been by that place.
Appreciate it, yeah.
I've been by that place, it stinks.
I've been in the house.
Literally, you
I
can't go
feel
by
bad
there
for
on
you.
a hot day with the windows down in your vehicle. And I've seen the rats.
Yeah, they're messing. They've been in my house, in my garage.
It's just getting worse over there too, because she's bringing the stuff from inside the house outside, supposedly cleaning it, but all she's doing is moving it from one place to another.
The rats don't come moving around, it's just rats in your house. When they start showing up in the house, that's when the rats start vacating the house, start coming over to my place.
I wonder if DEP would have any,
And then we got winter coming up. These rats are gonna wanna go someplace for the winter.
for human
So-
waste?
It's definitely a biohazard, and
Hazard, I mean,
I have nightmares about
would
being in there.
well, I know, I mean, DEP may be able to come in and fence the place off. We don't know. I mean, it might be an option. They only go if it was kids.
On the trees,
They don't-
all
they don't
over
let
saying
people
no
live.
entry allowed. But this
Well, I
lady
think,
keeps going in
we
there.
understand the severity of it. Last week, we voted on it to make it a dangerous building. We're gonna continue on through that process.
Yep.
Someone will speak to Stan tomorrow about communication and get an update on where this is all at. And why don't you guys leave your phone numbers or email addresses with Alicia on your way out? And we'll make sure somebody gets back to you.
In the meantime, if you're threatened, bodily threatened, I call the state police, them arrested.
They won't do anything.
They don't do that.
They come in.
State police will say it's a civil matter. I mean,
That's exactly what I was told the other night. Two officers came in, and the lady officer looked me right in the face and said, I am not gonna do anything. This is a civil matter. And I was like, thank you for doing it.
the sheriffs don't cover out here.
But state police.
But there's gotta be a way to, they just did this in Sanford. It was on the news not long ago. The police, the code officer, everybody went in. They raided the house, they boarded it up. They either arrested people or threw them out, and the house today is still covered with plywood, and it's posted to no entry. So maybe there's a way we can do something quicker, I don't know. But
I asked Stan, and after the last meeting, I went in his office, and I said, is there a way that we can board up the house? You're not taking the house. It's already on the building and on the trees that say you're not allowed to go in there, but they continue to go in there. So why can't, and I was kind of being a smart ass with him. I said, I'll buy the pallet of plywood so we can board up the doors and the windows and keep people out. Why can't we seal that house and that campus to keep them out? You're not seizing their property. You're just enforcing the paper that Stan has put on every tree around there and on the house. You're just forcing the people to abide by the code enforcement rule. Because right now, they're making a laughingstock of all of you. They're making a laughingstock of Stan because they're doing what they want to do. And the state police won't come in and do anything, and they know it. So they're like, I'm going to do what the hell I want.
Called twice and they never showed up, state police.
well, we'll talk to Stan tomorrow. We'll have him look into either getting to maybe the DEP, see if they'll do it because of the biohazard, and then look into how it was done in Sanford, because it was a very similar situation. It was on the news, all over the news.
Yeah.
About
I think you'll find, John, that DHS isn't just dealing with kids.
what, they might, yeah.
Department of Human Services.
It's already been declared as a dangerous building. I can speak with the fire chief tomorrow. I'm on duty.
I declared by the time it was named the building, I think we voted up, keep them out of it.
It has been voted.
Well, sorry, we started the process of declaring it a dangerous building.
Stan can declare it uninhabitable. And he can say that nobody can live there, but this actual designation of a declared dangerous building gives us all the power we need
To tear it down.
to rip it, literally, when I say bulldoze it, I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying hire a company and bulldoze it and take it away. And they are left with a lot and a bill for the, the town would pay for it, but it's their responsibility. It gets tacked onto their lot as a lien and we go from there. But that's the legal process to get to that point. Maybe there's something we can do to get halfway to that point sooner, I don't know.
Let's have Stan come in next week and explain.
We can, but I don't want to wait. I don't
want to wait a week.
He's gonna start working on it, but
He
he
can,
can
but-
come in and tell him what he's doing and explain it better than we can.
Start doing tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm his liaison, but somebody else can certainly go speak to him.
We'll talk to him tomorrow. Somebody will
If
talk to
not,
him
I'll
tomorrow.
speak to him Wednesday for sure. but-
Somebody will talk to him the next couple of days and see where it's at and see if there are any quicker avenues we can take to do something temporary. Put a fence around it, board it up, I don't know.
Well, he said if it kept going back, he's gonna put red tape around it and whatever. It hasn't been done. He's told us a bunch of stuff that obviously you guys don't know about, that's contradicting what you guys are saying. You guys are thinking we're just saying it, but that's what we're being told by him.
Yeah, well, he's kept us, I think we've known, I don't think anybody knew maybe really how bad it was until a couple of weeks ago. We knew it was a mess, we knew it was dirty, we knew there was some issues. He's been advising us for a couple of months about the issues, and he was trying to work with people to get it cleaned up and this and that. And it's finally come to a head that it's not happening. And that's when we voted last week to declare it a dangerous building and start that process.
Okay. So we'll have some kind of answers by the end of this week and hopefully by the first of next week.
We'll talk to Stan in the next day or two, and we'll have Alicia get back to you so you at least have a communication from us.
That'd be great.
And if you find that you're not getting it from Stan, please reach out to Alicia and say, could you please ask the board to get in touch with Stan because we're not getting communication.
I mean, just some common courtesy, if somebody sends you a text and clearly identified who it was and I live at 11 Division, a response is just,
It's pretty frustrating.
common courtesy.
When we have questions that don't seem to be answered, then we call them back.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'll make it, whether it's, one of us or one of us will talk with him tomorrow and next week, and I'll make it a point to send an email by the end of the week with an update.
I think personally that I know it takes, from what you folks are saying, it takes a process to get it done. Me personally, I think the easiest way to make it a safe situation is get the non-vested, the people with no interest in that house, get her gone, and then all of her drug people will have no place to go.
Except, you understand we don't have that power, right? We can't,
We're boarding it up.
we can't stop, we can't go in and say, listen, you can't be here.
Well,
That's,
it comes down to Stan enforcing those signs that he put on the house and the trees and not.
and then it's up, then after that, it's up to the police to enforce our order or Stan's order of
And then Stan just
no
needs to
trespass.
contact her and tell her you're no longer allowed there. Easy as that.
I think she's been told that more than once.
Well, they don't do anything about it, and she's there all the time.
Well,
She-
whether
she
she's
was there.
obeying or not.
She was there when I left.
Very good.
She's there right now, sleeping in the camper every night. Every night. Don't leave.
Weren't you,
It's not
were
there.
you in
She
the
goes
office
over
when,
the- What is it?
Yeah.
One Harbor View? She goes to One Harbor View, the lady across the street. She goes over there and hides there till the cops leave, then she comes right back, and that lady helps her out all the time. Picks her up, gives her rides, everything. So she's like helping her out. She's where she hides all the time. We watch her walking across the street. We watch her back and forth. I think the best thing to do is to board the place up. If you guys make a ruling on it, whatever, to board it up until you guys figure out if you can tear it down.
and we can find out if we have the power to do that or not.
Right,
Yeah.
and that would be the quickest avenue to solve this issue for now, until you guys can tear it down.
We'll have to find out if we have that power.
I mean, it's becoming a safety issue. She threatened me on my way home, and there's at least a dozen kids in the neighborhood. You know,
We don't know what their state of mind is when she's tied, heroin, that's what they do.
No, I definitely think, I mean, one of us will, I'll be in here tomorrow at some point to have a conversation with Stan and try to get an update, see what our powers are. I think if we can board it up, we need to board it up. I'd be all in favor of putting cut-proof padlocks on the door. I mean, yeah, I've been in that house. It's a dangerous
She
house.
cut off their point of entry, they're not gonna show up there. You know,
Yep.
campers, they're supposed to be already gone, out of there, they
Yep.
were locked up. They've already broke into them, opened the doors, they're staying in them. So them campers have to be taken out of there, and I was born and they ain't coming back.
Okay.
I mean, they got to the point, they got too creative. The limerick shuts the water off the arrowhead, they dug in the ground, rerouted it, bought a shock light.
And put it on,
and Put it
yeah.
back to the house. Guys getting pretty smart. You know? So,
Yeah.
they're not gonna stop until
Yeah.
something happens the way it should happen.
I'll have some form of update for you.
We really
Bye.
appreciate it.
Yeah, if you leave your emails with Alicia or phone numbers, I'll shoot you a text or give you guys an email. Okay,
appreciate you guys'
of course. Thank you. Sorry you have to go through that. Is there any other hearing of citizens?
Oh, yeah, I was down there yesterday, Friday.
We're talking about the top coat down there on Alea Drive. Have we done the top coat on the business park yet?
Yeah, that was done last year, 2 years ago?
We did it 2 years ago.
We did the top coat?
Yeah.
Or just the base?
They've done the top coat on
I
there.
think they've done the whole thing, but
The whole-
I guess we could look at it and tell.
She was talking about it, I said, we talked about it, I think, last year, about, you know.
It appears to be in
It was
good,
enough, well, we'll know if there's enough money in the account, because it had to come out of the business park account.
there's still 30-some-odd thousand dollars in there,
So I don't think the top coat's.
but
It's been paved since I've been here, and it
Well,
was,
that was the base coat.
no, it's been paved twice since I've lived in town.
Okay.
I would almost put money on it. Not gonna, but I would almost.
it is certainly in good enough shape for the guys that like to burn their tires at night. It's
Oh, yeah,
it's the
no,
place they
there's
go,
no
so.
doubt about it.
It was you?
In your Prius?
Yeah, your Prius.
Can you video that next week?
I got all kinds of video.
Of our Prius though?
No,
See the Prius?
yeah, they go down there every night.
It's that new supercharged one she just got.
Quiet place to go.
Yeah, give me like money for a real fancy Prius.
A Subway sandwich.
Subway sandwich.
Is there any other hearing of citizens? I'm seeing none. I make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
I have a question before we adjourn.
We can't.
I just have one question for Steve.
We have to vote on the
We gotta do-
attorney.
Yeah, we'll do that. I know originally you said you got your lots down there, you're gonna bring some businesses. Is there any update on any of that? Huh? No, you said you were gonna buy them and bring businesses in. Is there any update on it? Just checking. All right.
I make a motion, we allow
Hold on,
our...
we get Bernie back in. Bernie, we got one more thing to take care of.
I make a motion, we allow our attorney at Brady Flaherty to fight the pending litigation brought upon us by the current litigation with the town against the recall vote. Was that worded properly at all?
You gotta vote to allow them to
represent us.
No, accept service on our behalf
Okay.
and continue on with the current case.
Can you make the motion?
I make a motion, we allow Petrie Flaherty to accept service on behalf of the town and continue in the town's best interest in defending the case of Julie Giles versus the town of Limerick.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Is there any other hearing of citizens? With that, I make a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you.